And let me emphasize, first of all, it's a dictatorship with a facade of democracy. Agreement. It is in the long run in the interest of the United States to find a way to replace the dictatorship. In my experience, the elements of the National Council of Resistance of Iran who are still inside Iran, and there are thousands of people who are obviously highly quiet about this, because otherwise they'd be picked up by the secret police and killed. But they have been the best source of information on the nuclear program consistently, and have found things when the CIA was telling us they didn't exist. Basically, the Iranian dictatorship ran a false flag operation to set up a totally phony designation, which the State Department bureaucracy went along with. So for a long period of time, we were willing to listen to the actual dictatorship while not listening to the resistance, even though the resistance was trying to tell us the truth about the dictatorship, which was lying to us. But I think that we are beginning to move in the right direction. And my hope is that the administration will now go all the way in the direction of reaching out to and working with the sources of information.
People in this town have done studies of who are the Iranian dissidents, who are the different groups, and it is striking to some of us who are quite familiar with the National Council of Resistance of Iran that we can't find anyone else that even has any profile compared to these people. What would you say about the National Council of Resistance of Iran that you don't perhaps think the average expert in Washington knows?
Well, look, I would say anybody who has any doubts should go to Paris for the annual meeting of the worldwide organization and look out at 100,000 people and look at representatives from 40 or 50 different countries who show up, who are elected officials and former elected officials, literally from dozens of countries you'd never expect, and ask yourself, why is it that this is the most vocal, the most energetic, the widest spread resistance to the Iranian dictatorship, and I don't think anybody even comes in second, in terms of scale. And so if you were to look at the total flow of information back and forth, I don't know of any other group that gets as much information out of Iran as does the National Resistance. And I think that that's probably objectively provable. Collaborative way to coordinate information and to coordinate advice and to find ways to work together. Because I do believe that, in fact, the National Council of Resistance of Iran has a tremendous potential. And I also want to say that I believe that Mrs. Rajavi has done an amazing job of leading an organization through a very long, very difficult period. That she is one of the examples of a symbol of resistance to the dictatorship.